Okay. So I went through parts of 1 through 7 of bossing up. Um, part 8 is very simple. It drags or stems from part 7, and you want to uh, be around um, non-flashy people. I know that sounds kind of crazy because you're like, you bossing up. You're bossing up. You need to be flashy. You need to be all that. True bossing up takes underwork. It takes underlying work. It is just like a plant. You're putting the seed in the ground. And once you put the seed on the ground, you know, the world is real, real harsh on that seed. So what we do, we throw dirt on it. We throw dirt. We throw shade on them by throwing dirt. And you know, people walk on the ground, they forget about the seed, and they're looking at all the outside shrubbery, not realizing or even taking the connotation and taking some time to think that that seed started, that tree or that shrubbery that they're looking at, those flowers that they see around, started out being a seed. The same place where that seed is at, buried under the ground, but people forget about it, and they trample all around it, not taking heed to the seed or recognizing that the seed is there. But in reality, that's what the seed need, you know, that needed that dirt, you know, even though people consider dirt as being bad, it's actually good for the seed. That's what is needed and what is necessary for it to grow in order to be like those flowers and those plants and those trees that people are magnifying and glorifying, you know. So um, that's why I say don't be around too many flashy people. Yeah, not to say that all flashy people are bad. No, because some of those people took are are good. They actually took the time to do that. But understand your standing. If you're not, you know, I'm not a millionaire. You know, even though I might hang around some millionaires, you understand because transference of wealth transfers. Um, but I'm not gonna be a puppy in a bulldog fight. That's just stupid. You know, you want to be as low and as humble as you possibly can. And dealing with the toxic relationship or a toxic economy, a toxic person, um, if you take some of their ideas and some of their things, they always try to, even though they're very, uh, um, their minds are messed up, but if you take some of their things, they always play as if they don't know or is that they're less than, you know. And with a seed, being a seed, that's what you really are because you're trying to grow something. You're trying to make yourself better. That's bossing up. You want to be that lead. Yes, you want to follow them, but you don't want to be something that you're not. So, and anytime we do that, we end up being a whole. You see how people, they want to be like freaking supermodels that they see on TV, and they're buying all this expensive clothes and everything and materials, but they can't afford it, and then they're out on their butts and rent. Like, well, maybe so and so is gonna pay for it, or they go and they work and they do their regular job, and instead of spending the money on what they need and getting all the necessities first, what do? They go and they spend it on what they want, and then their needs, you know, the food, shelter, clothing is not met. So now they're looking for other ways to, excuse me, to fuel that need. That's just like you dealing with a toxic person. You know, you didn't understand how you were um, being too flashy. You know, that's part of being too flashy. You didn't understand that the need wasn't being met. It looked on the outside that they were very protecting, loving, but after you start seeing what the fruit was, you find out that it didn't even come from a seed. Like it wasn't what it was, and that's just what flashiness is. You know, I'm not saying that you cannot one day uh, be very flashy, but I will tell you this: people who work for their money and work really hard, they can be You can see the bling, you can see the fruit of it, the manifestation, but it's very rare when they're flashy about it. And if they have been, it usually takes a minute, and they're entitled to do that. But being a seed and being a person that wants to boss up, you have to know your timing and have it right. So don't be too flashy. Uh, yeah. If you know you can only, that's like you going to a restaurant and ordering a $300 meal, trying to impress someone or impress a girl or a guy, when you know that your rent is due and you owe $100 on your rent, and that $300 could have paid for your rent 3 times. So don't do it. Expecting, or you doing that, or you play the lottery, putting all your money in lottery tickets to say, well, if I hit, I can pay all my rent instead of paying your rent first and playing a lot of tickets later. So do that. Don't be too flashy. I know my nose is running. Head cold. Sorry. If you follow all these tips, I promise you, you will see results that you uh, couldn't even imagine. And you'll be like, if you look at it, especially, 3, 4 months down the line, if you look down at it, because it's not going to happen overnight, it's not going to look good overnight. It's going to happen overnight, but it's not going to feel good overnight. It's not going to look good overnight. But once you start seeing the manifestations and the change, you're going to be like, I'm so happy that it happened. I'm so happy. And you're going to see, things in a different perspective. I went to this church and this lady was talking about looking at things as in a different perspective. Don't look at it everything as in a negative, even though it looks like a negative. And that's what we have to do when we deal with toxic people or toxic relationships. It's just an opportunity for you to show, they've shown you who they are. Now you are, the mask is off, the veil is down. You know exactly who they are. Now it's time for you to show you and the whole world who you are. And that is what you do when you boss up. Show the whole world that you are unstoppable, you are unbreakable, you are unchangeable, unmovable, unshakable faith. You are greater. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of giving and receiving love. You're worthy of that. And I don't want to sound so cliche, new age or whatever, but that's just the truth. It is what it is. Um, no matter what you are, who you are, where you are loved, and you are entitled to be loved. No matter what decisions that you made in your life, or past or present, no matter what you thought that you done that was so bad, you're still entitled of love. It's a necessary component. Even the narcissist is entitled to love, but you don't have to be the one to love them and sacrifice yourself in order to make someone else happy. And that's why we have this thing called bossing up. And once you go through this, you will find out that it was the best thing that ever happened to you. And not only that you're going to wish that you did it sooner. You're going to wish that you did it sooner. All that little tugging and pulling, you're going to wish you did it sooner. So, and I know I did. And it freed me. It freed me from so many relationships that I didn't even know was not good for me. So hopefully that helps you. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem, and thank you for tuning in to Bossing Up. Please subscribe to my channel. I always used to say I'm not going to ask for anyone to subscribe to my channel because I want the right people to come, and I still do that. But however, I understand that it says ask and it shall be given. So I'm going to ask that the right people subscribe to my channel. If you feel that that is you, then definitely do that. Either way, thank you for tuning in, and definitely check me out. Thanks.